Ooh, how many of y'all know who recognize the name Tanya Stevens? If you don't know, we're gonna play a little Tanya Stevens right now. Specifically the Goggle remix. If you don't know what I'm talking about, because it's okay. Sometimes you don't recognize the names, right? You know the tunes. But the Goggle remix going up against Mega Banton, Soundboy Killin. Let's go ahead and get this started right now. I had to get the Tanya Stevens off the YouTube. You can't even find this on the Spotify's and
Man,
whatnot.
it's hard to
Let's
find, bro.
go.
I said to be careful of jumping on my saddle. Boy, you can't ride, try no bother goggle. Some man say them a ride but them a zip saddle. And I claim say them a dolly but them a wiggle waggle. So if them want you bend down, y'all don't help them out. Y'all don't goggle. And when you buck them a road and them a bus muggle, just chat them with your friend, y'all and giggle. Cause you have the upper hand right, you know. Y'all you never goggle. You never goggle so you can't tell him friend nothing. I am flop himself and that's a big something. They can't live every work and they know nothing. Check say yourself, you need to wind up from something. Boy sit the beat and start dream about mutton. Don't get watery and I move like a glutton. Stir past your neck and straight past your belly button, boy. Who wants a something, boy? Who wants a something? Some man say them a ride but them a zip saddle. And I give to them a dolly but them a wiggle waggle. So when them want you bend down, y'all don't help them out. Y'all don't goggle. When you buck them a road and them a bus muggle, just chat them with a friend, y'all and giggle. Cause you have the upper hand right, you know. Y'all you never goggle.
Watch
You
out,
feel between
watch
them leg like a shame dog. And feel like one of the dead them down a mark. How when you pick up that the habit they a must have brought. But we no support them sing that down a yard. Say you know the bashment but him a big fat. Cause him have up the flex of a retard. Long time him on a table I hate hard. Now me have him like a puppet on a piece of card.
Hey, y'all laugh. We start eat flows our people grave and we start eat people and chop them bone. Why don't leave the sound to anyone? We are not gonna take the chop down. Hear them say me boy. Watch out. I have never heard a sound play so heavy and so clear with a sweet tone of melody the crowd want to hear. Never heard a sound play so heavy and so clear with a sweet tone of melody. Watch out. Cause we no laugh, we no skin, we no play neither we no long. Then we there I give out, we one in a sound boy can't hear. So him skin go and burn him. We don't dig the grave by the return coffin. You a fly too fast, so we go and clip your wing. You test my sound, it is total murdering. I have never heard a sound play so heavy and so clear with a sweet tone of melody the crowd want to hear. Never heard a sound play so heavy and so clear. My champion sound, where every sound fear. No sound I run up them mouth and a chat but and them a chat we no response with that. My sound is the greatest. Oh yes, that's a fact. Anyway we play and be a gunshot. Look how the yeah them a jump and a leap up them frack. Music sweet them from foot to head top. I have never heard a sound play so heavy and so clear with a sweet tone of melody the crowd want to hear. Never heard a sound play so heavy and so clear with a sweet tone of melody. Watch out.
Ooh, there you go. Another little throwback session right there. Best 90s dancehall songs of all time is the subject matter. Round number 2. I do want to get the results. I mean, I know we threw another another voting booth up out of nowhere. Is there any resultage that we can get out of that, DJ Hobo? Did we get all the results in, or is the voting booth still open at the moment?
It just ended and Freaks won by 67%.
So there was some love for Shoot to Kill. Okay.
There was.
You guys showed it none. But glad to see the room, you know what I'm saying, was represented. Shout out to the chat. Good to know. Like I said, we're going to have another voting booth going up in a second. We're basically talking about, again, Tiny Stevens' Goggle remix going up against Soundboy Killin by Mega Banton. Shout out Dreddy. He's definitely aware this was a white label, but this had a whole life out here in New York, bro. This record really, like, we know the original rhythm. You actually said it in the chat. I'm trying to, I'm not even going to bother looking for it, but you definitely knew the name of the rhythm, and I forgot the name of the rhythm. But this remix, it blew up over here. Like they were constantly playing this version of it. Plus that Busta record, you can never go wrong with that Busta record around that time. That's what that was about. And then you got, again, Soundboy Killin Mega Banton production. For those who don't know, Salam Remy on the beat right there. Salam Remy basically producing this song. He was definitely at the forefront of bringing this hip hop reggae mashup, if you will call it that. You know, this getting together of sound. The thing about it is kind of weird. For those that know, they know that, especially the DJs in the room. So happened at the same time, there was a group out of Brooklyn called Black Moon that put out a remix. What was the song for? Is it Killing Every?
how
Is it
many
Kid
MCs?
No.
Don't
Either
front.
way.
You know I got you open.
Yeah,
No,
Don't
that's-
Front.
that's-
Yeah, the
that's-
Don't Front remix.
Got your open
They're
remix.
trying to remember the lyrics.
Got you open.
Got you open remix.
And
Yeah,
it
we was all doing the same shit.
Yeah, we all trying. We're running video music box scenes in our head. I see the hockey jersey in my brain.
Word.
Was
Yo,
by the way, one
since
of the first to
we-
do that. Shout out Buckshot. Show you definitely one of the first to do that. I had never seen somebody rock a hockey jersey in hip hop up until that point in time.
Mr. September is just throwing out all kinds of tunes, man. He definitely has.
We only got
I
6
love
joints.
to say. We only had 6 to choose, man. We only
Yeah.
had-
By the way, only volume 1. You know, we'll take. By the way,
Volume
for those that aren't already doing it in the room, I'm winking at you. Go ahead and write some of these songs down that he's already saying in the chat. If we aren't already, write these down.
There's a
Goddamn
lot
it.
of classics. A lot of classics in there.
And we'll write down the classics. You know?
all the classics.
Again, the Salam Remy joint and the Beat Miners joint were exactly the same. It was very strange that they were like the exact same loop, the exact same everything.
But that was the time. Like a lot of reggae was taking like a hip hop joints and just going over it.
Yeah, but this is what we thought for years. We thought, oh, like Black Moon killed it, and then the reggae guy comes and goes, oh, I'm just gonna, it wasn't that uncommon. I recently, this past year, heard a podcast by Questlove Supreme, him and Salam Remy talking about that because he brought up the question, like, how is it that and he was like, yo, straight up coincidence. He's like, are you serious? He's like, straight up coincidence. He's like, there's no reason for me to lie. He's like, and the beat miners aren't lying. He's like, we straight up did it as a coincidence. He's like, I produced that. I didn't play the instrumental, and they produced theirs. He's like, and it's the same exact thing. He's like, but it's straight up coincidence. And it's like, holy shit. Pretty interesting point to bring up. I just thought that was a pretty cool hip hop trivia. I promise you, I heard that in a Questlove Supreme podcast. I'm not making that up. But let's talk about it. Goggle versus Soundboy Killin. Who's stepping up first? You man, Trip C from Queens looks like he's ready to answer. Trip C, what are you thinking about?
I'm going with the GOGGLE remix.
Google.
I just play. Yeah, nah, I'm going with the Goggle remix. Just I don't know. I remember that tune in the clubs hard.
Was it getting played around the same time as Buster? I mean, it was definitely after Buster, but like
It was definitely you definitely heard the 1 2 1 2. I can't tell you how many times I done heard that song in the
I mean
club.
that version too. It's like I would.
It's like a back-to-back.
Yeah.
Any excuse to extend that beat, because at the time when Buster came out, we all know what we're talking about. If we were in the clubs or DJing or trying to DJ at clubs, that record you played back to back.
Yeah.
You played
Right.
I can see at least I'm not even bullshitting you 2 times, and that's
At least 2 times.
and that's the minimum. I've been at the Palladium when they played it 3 to 4, maybe even 5 times back to back.
Mm-hmm.
From beginning to end, not like just the beginning and then bringing it back. Like no, the whole shit like that. That record used to go off. So we got 1 vote in Triple C going with the Goggle. I'm assuming the reminisce of the beat got you going there. Who else wants to step up? Cool Breeze, what are you thinking, sir?
I'm going with Soundboy Killin.
Soundboy Killin. What is it about that record?
I mean, it was just a smooth joint, and it was just going back to like the Buckshot joint, and it was just like you heard like the hip hop joint, and you had like a reggae joint, and both of them joints are fire. So it's like
Again, such a normal collab these days of just hip hop and reggae, but not. This is kind of a big deal at the time. And again, the assumption of what we talked about earlier, like, oh, they took the hip hop instrumental and did their thing, and it's like at that time, that's kind of what the vibe was at that time. Let's talk to my man DJ Hobo. What do you think, sir?
Ah man, I'm gonna go Soundboy Killin because growing up where I grew up, hearing dancehall was not a regular thing. So when I got to college and the dance hall was being played, I was just like, oh my, and with knowing now that it was a coincidence that they both had the same beat, but at that time, I was like, oh my God, this is like the dopest remix ever. And not, being very naive.
What a dope blend. Almost like the Goggle. Almost
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Matter of fact, a very cool round if you think about it. They both use like hip hop instrumentals, let's call it.
Yeah, I was very naive in my dance hall game. So I was just like, man, this is the best shit ever. I mean, Black Moon, Soundboy Killin, like
That's
Word.
coincidence. Goggle versus Soundboy Killin are both on hip hop songs. At least the battle that we're doing tonight. Again, you got the Busta Rhymes beat. Again, respectfully, the Black Moon beat. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, let me go next, man, because I have to just literally like 1,000% just agree with DJ Hobo what he said. I think for me at first when I first heard it, it was more of the oh shit, they took a dope beat from one of the dope hip hop records and then you just automatically listen to Love. But just I think just the way that the song is just done, and then the Goggle remix, it's a dope record, but it got annoying to me after a while. I heard it so many times in the club, it got annoying to me.
Wow.
It really truly did. It really truly did. I guess because it was always used behind the Busta record, and so like it became like, okay. It was so in the DJ bag that if you didn't play it, you know.
Wow. God forbid the party goes the right way.
Yo, be original, man. Make a true blend. Make a true rhythm. Shout out to my man DJ Itchy Finger, my man DJ G Wiz, yo.
It's
Make a true rhythm.
It's also one of those things that got talked about before. It's like the segue song, right? Like if you're in you're in your hip hop, and then you throw that rhythm on, then you can segue easily into the dance hall. So I hear you, Ike, and I'm sure it was probably annoying because, like Jules said, that Busta song was like full peak of madness, and then you had the rhythm on top of it, and people just, you know,
you had to.
I want to make it.
It
I want to
was
make it clear too. Again, the marriage of this hip hop reggae thing was going on at the time. It was not very common, but she was not the only person, and out of even just a reggae genre, that tried to use the Busta beat. No. So it's like, well, you're right. Like people were kind of over, but it's like she managed to make again, New York. I don't know about anywhere else. I don't know if the record had legs anyway. This remix that we're talking about had legs, but like she managed to find a way to make that record still be relevant to her. Like I said, you were like you said, you're like, oh, they about to play her in a second. Like,
did she even know? Because people was just doing that.
That's true too. I don't think so. I think surprised someone just made that. And again, it's like one of those situations you find out like while you're on the road one day and someone plays that version, you're like, y'all like,
it was a smart version to make because now it gave a reason for women to run to the dance floor. That was such a big record. It was a big hip hop record. Dudes, women like the Busta. I'm not saying
just said in the chat. He said it's a dub plate. Like she had no, like someone just did it. And again, sometimes. Again, shout out to the DJs because that's a blend, plain and simple. But that's
but like he said in the chat as well, man. Can you imagine that the first time that pops off in a sound clash, and they play and they do that?
I think it's a big deal. I think that record is a big deal. The beat is, like I said, it's a monster beat, and a lot of people, I'm sure, have tried. I've heard R&B singers try to reduplicate the Busta "Put Your Hands on My Eyes" Can See. Again, it's from the era where you, like we say, we take the popular shit, like, oh, we're gonna do our version of it. People have done that forever. So there you go, right? And
who did the Busta? Who did the Busta joint?
The "Put Your Hands on My Eyes Can See"?
Yeah. I forgot who did it.
Guys, it's like 2 or 3 guys that came up with it.
No. I forgot.
I forgot that. Yeah, it was 2 guys.
It's 2 guys. There you go. So
was it 2? I thought that was the one. Wasn't somebody disputing that just recently?
It's credited to like 2 or 3. But there's been one guy doing interviews who's like one guy saying like I did this shit.
You're right. Wasn't that D-Dot or somebody? I think it was disputing that they did it, or Kanye, something like that.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
No, I think it's a. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna say.
Shout out to my man Dinko D. If I was able to get Dinko D on online, he'd be able to tell me a little something about that. Shout out to my man Dinko D.
Dreddy brings up another point. He goes, a ton of our favorite hip hop reggae joints are just dub plates that sound with sound names edited out. And he's right. Again, some of these records, again, New York City was the king of a white label bootleg. And he's absolutely right about the Tiny Stevens. Because I remember looking for that record for a while, like looking for it. And I found it like a way after the fact. I remember being excited when I finally found it like way after. It was like, I'd say maybe like even a few years after I wanted it initially. And it was kind of like, oh, shit, I finally found it. Like, yes. Like, it was just one of those things like nobody ever had it. Again, it was a white label. Like he said, it was not even like a Crib Records thing. It was like her own white label. Like her name, one song on one side. And I think they had the nerve to put the instrumental on the other.
They say the producers is Shamello and Buddha.
There you go, Shamello and Buddha. They probably had a few. I think we talked about them in a Busta episode. I don't know if much pop catalog got established after that, but shout out to them because they got one. They got all you need in this industry is one, and they have one that's going down in the books, plain and simple.
They're still getting paychecks from that shit right now.
I don't know. We don't know that.
Well, yeah. We'll just say allegedly.
Let's hope they are.
I really hope they do. Regardless, whatever, they're attached to the record in terms of like creation. As far as monetization, hopefully they're being done. They're being taken.
Hopefully.
But you still can never ever take away like, oh, y'all did that. Like,
Mhm.
y'all did that. No matter what, if you're getting paid for it, you still created it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely take a bow. I mean this in a really good way. Take a bow because that's a forever. When I think of Busta Rhymes, it's one of the first records I think of. And he's got a lot to think of. He's got a lot. And that's one of the first ones I think of because it's like, come on, I feel like that's the one that really, like, you know.
This is not dancehall. We dancehall tonight.
This is true. Let's keep going around the room. So we got what? 4 votes here. We got 2 more to go. No, one more to go. Pardon me. Who don't we have here? Trip, Breeze, Ike, Hobo, DJ Scandalous. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with the Tanya Stevens.
It looks like Soundboy Killing by Mega Banton is moving on from round number 2, going on to the semifinals. Soundboy Killing.
Scan, which one of those is in your DJ bag?
You can have both, but to sum up what everybody was saying, like I get what Ike was saying, like it's annoying, right? But the thing is, your party's gonna change when this record, and we already know how the dance hall go when the rhythms come on, and you know this is one of those things too. This is also it has to be in the DJ bag as a must because right, guaranteed if you're DJing and you're reading the room. And let's just say for whatever reason, the party's not going according to plan. Guaranteed, if there's girls there and this record comes on, they are going to make their way to the dance floor. At that point in time, the Tanya Stevens.